Hey, this is Gordon, back with another update on my hydroplane boat build. What you see here is essentially I've gotten the keel installed and shaped. I've got the bottom flattened, and I'm working on installing the chine supports that wrap along the sides and converge at the stem of the boat. So I've spent a lot of time flattening everything up. The bottom is flat from this frame back. And so I used a straight edge to sight along each batten and across each batten to make sure that everything was flat. And there's a couple places where there's little dips, and I may end up having to wedge in under them just to kind of it's pretty small. It's maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but I can't add material back after I've taken it off, or if there's any and again the frames I think too are off just ever so slightly from one frame to the next, and this rearmost frame sits very slightly lower than the other two frames and the transom, and so there's a little bit of a dip here that I may end up having to put some wedges underneath to kind of take up that slack. And so what I have over here is the first chine pretty much installed up to the frontmost frame, and I'm working on installing the other bottom chine over here. So I wanted to go over that process. And essentially what I did was notched out each of the frames where the chine sits, and what I did was I cut off a piece from the chine material, and then I just used that to mark up the frames for where they needed to be cut, and cut them with my new oscillating saw, which I'm very glad I have that now. I've gotten a lot of use out of that. And then what I'm going to do is mark the transom and chisel that out to accept the chine. And you can see here it's chiseled. And then so this is notched back into here. And there's a single screw, 1.5-inch long screw going into each of the frames where the chine is notched into it. And that's glued and screwed. And so then the question is, well, what do you do first? You glue and screw it, then shape it. If you do that, it's kind of hard to figure out how deep you need to drill for the screw. And so what I did is actually got everything notched and then just used clamps to hold the chine support in place. Shaped it 90% of the way, and then glued and screwed, and then did the final 10% of the shaping. And that seemed to work fairly well. I'm still working on shaping this frontmost part. I'm still working on shaping the keel. So the keel, it angles, and then it's also going to narrow down towards the front. And there's going to be, if you look at the plans, there is a stem brace that goes up here along the keel. And I ran into some problems with my keel that don't do what I did, and I chose what I thought was the clearest piece of lumber that I could find. There are only a couple of knots, but as I said in my last video, the knot placement was such that there's a knot here, and if I flip the board around, well, there'd be a bigger knot in the same location where this bend occurs. And so not only is there a knot here, but you can see there's a change in the grain direction right here. So the grain, is running one way here, and then it's running another way here. So there's a lot of stress at this point. It was actually cracking a little bit. I did glue it, and it's holding up fine now, but it also makes it difficult to shape it, because if you're using a plane, you have to be real careful along here and just take small cuts. And really, it's not ideal. I think it'll be okay. One of the things that I did get that made a huge difference for me was this electric planer here, and that just made quick work of doing the bulk shaping for both the battens and the chines. So really saved me a lot of work. And sometimes people stop me on the street and they ask me, hey, how do you get your planes so sharp? And I'm about to tell you, it's not a big secret. I just use a guide that clamps the plane blade into it, and then I have some diamond stones in 3 different grits, going from coarse down to medium. I forget the exact grits, but it's a good, consistent way to get the plane blade really sharp. Another thing that I found useful was just a draw knife, and I actually use that in areas where I was kind of afraid that I'd ding up my chisel. There's some globs of glue that I didn't want them to gum up my plane or chisel, and so using this old draw knife just kind of cuts through all that, and it's good for bulk shaping where I didn't want to use the electric hand planer. I did also want to try one of these, this Stanley Sureform planes. It just doesn't work very well. I don't like it at all. I think I'm going to return it. So anyways, that's the latest and greatest on my boat build, and I'm going to keep hammering away at these chines, and next time I see you, it'll look even more like a boat. All right, that's it. Bye.